Hello, Denise. I'm really happy to see these essays from you. Let's get straight into your corrections so we can see what you've written. Some people think that schools have to be more entertaining, while others think their sole purpose is to educate. Which do you agree with? We have all been to school at one point of our lives, and we have been in situations where we have been so very bored due to the teacher not bringing any excitement or spark to the classroom or the lesson in question. Okay. In today's world, schools should be more entertaining because when entertainment and education are mixed together in a classroom, children tend to interact more as individuals and in groups. It teaches them how to be more social and how to use, this particular skill to grow up and be diverse adults. You need an E here. Studies conducted in various schools in the United States have here shown that when education and entertainment are used together in the classroom, what happened here? Okay. Studies have shown that when education and entertainment are used together in a classroom. Okay, you can see that I was confused. I thought that there was an extra part of the sentence. I thought that it would say, when education and entertainment are used together in the classroom, that students perform. But here it is. Yeah, look. The percentage of students attending the classrooms have increased by 75%. So you didn't want a full stop here, and this should have continued. This should have been a lowercase, and the sentence should have continued. Furthermore, in the same study, it showed the passing rate of students to the next level also increased to 55% overall. Therefore, something. So what's the takeaway from this? So lead it back to your first sentence. Now, having read your introduction and your first paragraph, I also want to talk a little bit about your introduction. It's not really an introduction in the proper sense, okay? So since you've been taking the online course, you, I'm sure now are familiar with the elements of a good introduction, that it needs to have at least 2 sentences, maybe 3 sentences. One where you basically rephrase the topic. Another one where you essentially say what your answer to the question is. So if it says give your opinion, you give your opinion. Okay, and then just another one where you say that you're going to express, you're going to support your opinion with arguments and examples. Okay? Alrighty, so let's move on. If the main purpose of schools is just to teach the lessons, then students would become less receptive, is what you want to hear, receptive, to the teacher, and would not absorb as much information, would not absorb as much knowledge and information as needed. It would change the atmosphere in the classroom, making it dull and gloomy, therefore creating a depressing environment for students and the teachers alike. A study at Washington University showed that there was a significant drop in passing grades of the students who went to schools where entertainment was not a part of their curriculum. Okay. Oops, what did I do here? Sorry. So, overall, I do believe that schools should have some entertainment added to the daily classes lessons, as it tends to bring out the best in everyone involved, therefore creating a positive and healthy environment for children to grow up in. All right, that's lovely. Furthermore, this type of educational environment tends, to create adults that have better cognitive, social, and behavioral, behavioral what? Skills. I think that's what you want here. Cognitive, social, and behavioral, skills, essentially. As a result, it tends, to make them more productive and efficient in their work stream. I'm not sure what you mean by work stream. Maybe you meant something else, but okay. Let's see. So, for me, the biggest problem was your introduction. I didn't know what the essay topic was. I mean, if I hadn't read this, I wouldn't have known it. Okay, now, as for the order of your paragraphs, not so much based on this, but based on your conclusion, it seems that the side that you agree with more and the side that you think is stronger is this one, the one where schools should be more entertaining. Now, for that reason, Denise, this paragraph needs to come here. It needs to be your second paragraph. So we always put the paragraph that we agree with second, and we put the paragraph that we don't agree with first. So you would want to take this and put it here and to basically reverse these 2 paragraphs. All right. Okay, so well done. Some nice elements here. I saw some nice vocabulary, some good grammar. You can see that I didn't change tons and tons of things in terms of the grammar. So just a few things in terms of your structure. So the order of your paragraphs and your introduction And then just some of the grammatical and lexical things that I mentioned throughout. So let's move on now to your second essay. Doing an enjoyable activity with a child can develop better skills and more creativity than reading. To what extent do you agree? There is a saying that we humans are social animals. You didn't need a comma here, okay? Therefore, we need to interact with others to develop our skills and our ability to be more creative, comma, enabling us to be more productive in life itself. All right, fine. It is true that children do develop their skills, such as hand and eye coordination, through enjoyable activities, such as sports like basketball, baseball, and even video games. Furthermore, it is believed that enjoyable activities further develop skills in a person's willpower due to repetition. All right, willpower in this case is usually one word. A study in the medical journals showed that surgeons who play video games during their free time are able to hone on their hand-to-eye coordination skills. Therefore, when in surgery, they're able to perform 60% better compared to surgeons who have never entertained the thought of video games. Other activities, such as art and music, also help to develop a child's creative abilities, such as expression of ideas and emotional feelings, enabling them to become more sociable and amicable with people they interact with. These abilities allow a child to develop in ways where they are then able to lead a better life as an adult and function much better in our modern society. Okay, you can see that I really changed almost nothing. The grammar was very accurate. It was very good. You had some advanced grammatical structures, a lot of these participles, so well done with that. Now, we're about halfway through the essay. So again, I'm going to say that in this essay, for me, the weakest point so far has been your introduction. You're not really addressing the question. You're not really answering it. And that's what these introductions need to do. So they need to like I said, you need to have a general statement, more or less rephrasing the issue of the task. And then you need to say what your opinion is about that. And then you can either just leave it there, or you could also say that you will discuss this issue more in detail with examples to support your argument. Okay? Alrighty, so moving on. So far you've said that doing these activities hone hand-eye coordination, so let's see what the next paragraph has to say. On the other hand, it can be said that reading also helps to develop certain skills as well as here enable a person to be more creative, because when a child reads, he or she, a child is not it, okay? He tends, with an S, to open up his intellectual mind. With reading, comma, a child has the ability to wander, you want an A here, into his or her imagination, therefore being able to conjure up different scenarios, images, and/or ideas. All right, some nice vocabulary in this sentence. A Harvard University study, I think you're missing a word here, showed that children who tend to read a lot have a 20% higher rate of having a better future in a variety of scientific and IT-related jobs compared to the average person. Therefore, what's the takeaway? That reading more helps people develop and become successful people. Okay. To conclude, I do believe that enjoyable activities do help develop a child's skills and creativity, but I even believe that reading does the same. It depends on which point of view you look at, as well as what motivates a child. All right, lovely. So this was really quite good. I'm going to point out one other thing that might seem like a detail, but it's really not. It's interesting. Look how long this paragraph is, and then compare it to this one. It's like half the length almost. Well, about 2/3 the length. I know it might seem silly, but it does seem that you really developed this portion of the essay more than this. And it's interesting because this is actually the side that essentially you're saying you agree with, that reading is really important. So think about this when you write and make sure that these are balanced as much as possible. Okay? And I mean, at the very least, make sure that the side that you're actually supporting more is, not so much less than the alternative point of view. All right, Denise, so lovely effort here with these essays. You've got a lot of really strong elements to your writing, so definitely keep on writing. If you haven't already started your error correction list, please do so. So start by correcting these essays, adding the errors to your error correction list, and of course send these all back to us within the next 24 hours or so with your next essays. It's really the best way to improve, by just continuously writing. So great work, and I will be waiting to see more of these essays from you.